Hi, everybody, it's Katerina. Okay, so today I would like to talk about energy vampires. And I know that this is something that happens quite often for empaths, intuitives, and highly sensitive people, is that they have people who come into their lives and just drain them of every last bit of energy that they've got. We love them, and we sometimes want to limit time with them because it is so draining. It's so draining. So, learning about the energy vampire, how to recognize them, and then using strategies that will keep you from being so completely drained by them is going to help you not only emotionally, but physically, mentally, spiritually, and psychically. And it will be very beneficial. While these people don't drain you on purpose, like I said, narcissists do drain you on purpose. So, that is the one exception to what I was going to say that you really need to think about, okay? And we'll talk about that in a minute. So, the first one is the chaotic personality. These are the people who have chaos running through their lives on a constant basis. They don't know how to set boundaries. So life just keeps happening. And most of the time, there's stuff going on that is really way too high energy for an empath to have to deal with all the time. The best way to handle those people who are in constant chaos is to limit your time with them. Not just completely stop seeing them, but just to limit some of your time with them. Whenever the energy gets too high, then it's too much for an empath, intuitive, or highly sensitive person. So the best thing is not to ask them what's new. What's new will bring about a whole new story, a whole new what's going on, and they will be more than happy to tell you. The next one is the passive aggressive. Now, there's lots going on with the passive aggressive, and the first thing that's happening with them is that they hide their anger by putting on this poker face that says everything's fine, everything's okay, everything's awesome. And you really never know if they're angry or not. They're pretty good at hiding it. When you tell them or ask them to do something, they'll go about it in a way that's really interesting. They will start the process and they won't finish it, or they won't pay attention to the detail that's required to finish it, or they'll say, oh, I forgot, oops, or oopsies, I'll try again next time, or whatever it is that they'll say. And in the meantime, promises are broken, and when they say that they're going to do something, they really actually don't follow through on it. They also never answer questions fully. So if you ask them a question, they're going to debate with you like crazy. They're going to argue with you. They're going to find all kinds of reasons not to do what it is you're asking them to do. And so with these people, it's super important to hold them able. Hold them able to be able to complete on a task with attention to detail. If they don't do it, then they are getting into that whole cycle of passive aggressiveness where they are debating with you, arguing with you, so that in the end they really actually don't complete on that item, or they'll keep it repeating and repeating again and again for each thing that they need to do in life. The next one is a victim personality. These people are so stuck in their story because for them it feels like a really safe place to be, even though it can be a highly unsafe place. And so for them, the victimhood is where they're going to stay until that one day when they finally will want to move out of it. Again, this is about holding them able. It's about allowing them to be where they need to be now, allowing them to fall down so that they can get back up again. If you strip them from that opportunity, you're not giving them the opportunity to really grow personally in their lives. It's tough love and it's hard to do, but it really is draining when the victim or the addict comes to you over and over and over again. I need money. I can't get past this addiction, or I need whatever. They need professional help. And that's a really tough love thing to do, but you do need to be able to do it, because once the neural input is too much with the victimhood and staying in that victim mentality, it'll drain you and it'll zap you like you can't believe. Everybody's on their journey in life. And so that means that you are allowed to be on your journey in life and not take responsibility for someone who wants to be in victim mode. So the next one is the narcissist. I've run support groups for narcissistic survivors of narcissism. And I have talked to so many people about narcissists and how to manage that kind of dynamic. If you're in a relationship with someone who's a narcissist, they usually present themselves as someone who is a prince or a princess in shining armor. And they're wonderful and they're perfect. And they've really listened to what it is that you have to say about yourself so that they can use that against you later. I promise you that this is well researched medical, psychological stuff that I'm offering you here right now. Narcissists come from some trauma in their life, and usually it's from another narcissist. There are several different types of narcissists, and all of them have no compassion, no love for others, no remorse for the things that they're going to do. Some are a little bit less toxic than others, but they're all toxic. The best things to do with those guys is to know when your time is up with them and to leave before your self-esteem is completely gone, because that is the intention. I watched a video a while back about a narcissist who was talking about how narcissism works. And he was saying that, our job is to destroy you because we don't have enough love for ourselves. We want to find that person who has that kind of love and take it from them. But for a narcissist, they do it in the wrong way. It's not about taking love from someone. It's about sharing love. And a narcissist will never know that they are the problem. They'll never admit to it. They'll never go for counseling. They just think that they are God's gift and that everything has to be done their way. Some of them can be highly toxic and some of them can be downright dangerous. So my advice to you is to really stop giving a lot of information. If they ask you about something, just don't give a lot of information. Start really small. And then if there's an argument or if there's something going on, really limit what you're going to say. Use a few words in a sentence. Don't give them anything to go ahead with on that, okay? You can talk to me a little bit more about that at another time, but there's more on that. The other thing is to know when to leave a narcissist. Get an exit plan in place around finances, around your support system, around, what to do with the kids, those kinds of things. And make sure that you are ready internally, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, psychically, to be able to leave that situation. Because guess what, hun? All of you guys, you deserve the best of the best. Don't let anybody ever tell you any different. And if you're stuck with a narcissist, please do me a favor. Reach out to me, reach out to some professional who can help you. And let's walk you through what you're worth, because you're worth so much more than that kind of life. And for all of these ones that I've mentioned so far today, you are worth more than spending time in that kind of dynamic. You are allowed to be joyful. You are allowed to be happy, and you are allowed to be at peace. So when an energy vampire comes your way, you are also allowed to say, no, thank you. I'm going to just stay home. Or it's been great seeing you and I need to go. Those kinds of things, right? So here are some tips on what you can do. Before you ever leave the house, ground yourself. Just ground yourself. And then maybe meditate before you leave the house so that you can have some time to just clear your head, clear your system, and ground yourself. Breathe deeply into your diaphragm before you leave. Sometimes I recommend for people to wear something powerful. So either a pair of power shoes or some kind of clothing that feels powerful, or a piece of jewelry or a crystal that you carry along with you, or a scarf, whatever it takes for you to feel powerful until you feel powerful within yourself. I'm not asking people to constantly do that. It's just a beginning, because somehow we have to get that energy back so that we can move around in the world. When you come home after encountering an energy vampire, here's a few things that you can do. You can take a shower and brush off the toxic energy. You can take a bath with rose water, which is wonderful. And that just kind of clears the whole energy. You can use some aromatherapy like lavender to calm your nerves. You can do alternate nostril breathing if you have an anxiety attack or if you feel really, really panicky around that encounter. And then meditations. Of course, I have a few meditations on my website, which you can access free, or you can get them on CD Baby or Amazon or iTunes, wherever they are. I've got a lot of them out there. And then if an energy vampire is in your home. This is kind of an important one too. Sometimes they will have some of their energy attached to some of your things, your objects in your house, by a window, um, even on you. And so what you want to do is you want to smudge your house, you want to smudge yourself, and then invite that person's energy to leave the room or leave the house, okay? You want to smudge around the windows, smudge around the doors, smudge everywhere that they were, just so that that is clear. And like I said before, the rose water thing is awesome. It works really well. You can use it in coffee and tea. One of my great friends, her daughter runs a little coffee shop at her establishment, and she has coffee with rosewater and cardamom. I've always used cardamom, but on occasion, if I'm feeling stressed, I use rosewater in my coffee now with the cardamom and some honey. And guys, and a little bit of cream, you will love it. Try it and let me know how you do, because that is awesome stuff. Anyway, I think that there are other things that I wanted to talk about, but I'm just trying to remember what they were. As far as other people who are possibly energy vampires for you, there's the control freaks, people who really need to have control over absolutely everything, and they kind of fit in with the narcissists, and the control freaks they're just too much. The people who talk forever and a day, who never let you get a word in edgewise. That's amazing when that happens. They don't care about who you are, what you feel like. They don't ask you questions. It's nonstop talking, and you can't honestly get a word in. And usually it's not information that you really want to talk about. It's stuff that is really, really hard to hear. And so you have to limit some of that. Boundaries are super important, and I've talked about that in some of my other videos too. So I think that is all I wanted to say about that today. I hope this is really super helpful for you. I'm going to make a little document of it too, and kind of post it here as well, so that you have it as a visual as well. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And like my friend Jennifer says, here's a virtual hug for you over the internet, because we can't always be together. So much love and smiles across the miles from me to you, and my heart to yours, you guys. And I'll talk to you later.